old man and say to a very special group here, simplify, you magnificent bastards.
Simplify, right.
We are gathered here today to remember a great Marine, a great father, great grandfather, great American, and most of all, an outstanding leader. In Vietnam, we benefited from Gen Weise's experiences, wisdom, and dedication to mission accomplishment. It takes a great man of character and courage, discipline, and compassion to lead combat troops. Part of his compassionate leadership was when he wrote to the families of Marines wounded or killed. He wanted them to be comforted and informed and stayed in contact with their families over the years. Gen Weise, a great American, never allowed anything to hamper mission accomplishment. But he knew when and how hard to push his Marines, because he was always there accepting the danger himself. This famous photo, and all of you will get one at the end, of him holding his own IV bottle with his cigar says it all. He cared for his Marines and never gave an order that he would not carry out himself. That was his excellence of leadership by example. Gen Weise never forgot 2-4, the magnificent bastards, and the Marines he commanded, and he was the originator of the 2-4 Association. Over the years, Gen Weise planned, organized, and worked with many people to ensure that 2-4 will live on long after him, as it does today. Yet when we remember about Gen Weise, it is probably best illustrated by other Marines who knew him. Colonel Wayne Morris recalled, and I quote, "I served under General when he commanded the same 2-4 as a lieutenant colonel, and I was a sergeant. Then later I was a captain, company commander in 9th Marines, when he commanded 9th Marines as a colonel. He attended my promotion to colonel and wheeled me a set of eagles. He was a warrior, brother, friend, and mentor over many years," end quote. Colonel George Rivers said, and I quote, "He was one of the all-time heroes dating back to Fox 27 in 1960. Then at the 1st Force Recon Company, FMF Pat," end of quote. Lieutenant Vic Taylor was probably the last funeral that Gen Weise attended. And Vic's probably up there waiting on him. A legendary 2-4 Marine who was that died of said, and I quote, "Gen Weise was really the one man who kept us alive on the objective and kept morale high. He defined leadership," end of quote. Dave Jones, letter to Gen Weise read, and then I quote Dave's comments. "You became a powerful force in my life when I passed across in Vietnam in 1967. As my battalion commander and as a lieutenant colonel, you were bigger than God to me, just as a lowly second lieutenant. And yet after I met you and had a conversation with you, my opinion changed. I still held you in high esteem, but you let me know that you cared about me, and that became very important as time went on, and we went through some very difficult times together. But I wasn't alone. Every member of our battalion quickly learned that you cared about all of us. You sat with us, you ate with us, you encouraged us, and did your best to protect us. You were also tough on us. And when we came home, you brought us all back together when you became the driving force behind the formation of our association. That is when you became an even more positive influence on so many of us. I worked together with you on a number of 2-4 reunions over the years. It was always you who ensured that every detail was addressed and if ever possible conflict and complication was anticipated. In my opinion, that's the absolute best reunions we have enjoyed over the years, was the ones you have orchestrated. It had always been important to you to include everyone. You made sure our corpsmen were remembered and appreciated. You made sure our chaplains were remembered and appreciated. You made sure our units attached to us in Vietnam were remembered and appreciated. You made sure our spouses were remembered and appreciated. Most importantly, you made sure our fallen brothers were remembered and appreciated. The memorial at the museum was your idea. The laying of bricks at the museum for our fallen heroes was your idea. The idea of recognizing and honoring our active duty Secretary and 4th Marine magnificent bastards and corpsmen was yours. I personally will miss General Weise, who was a mentor, friend, and an unforgettable character. He joins our brothers guarding the gates of heaven. We will so see you soon, General. Close the quote, Semper Fi from David Jones. Colonel Gen Weise, Medal of Honor recipient from the Battle of Dada, was also noted and was near General Weise when he was wounded, and he assisted our battalion commander in his evacuation. For those of us who have had the honor and privilege to serve with General Weise, Colonel Weise' remarks captures the essence of the legacy. Colonel Weise said, General Weise was truly a special and superb leader of Marines and sailors of the magnificent bastards, 780 strong during the Vietnam War. Because of his brilliant tactical maneuver and mastery in the use of supporting arms under stressful combat conditions, it was his courage, leadership, and heroism that his Marines and sailors prevented the North Vietnamese 320th Infantry Division, 10,000 strong, from destroying the 3rd Marine Division headquarters and base. Today's Marines who serve in the 2nd Battalion, 4th Marine stand proudly trying to emulate his courage and leadership strengths. He was a true warrior. He was a devil dog through and through. He was Semper Fi through and through. I salute General Weise on behalf of all Marines who fought with us during the Battle of Dada, Colonel Gen Weise. In conclusion, for myself, I had the privilege to serve with many, many great leaders. General Weise was the magnificent of the most magnificent. God bless him. May you rest in peace, and we will